If insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result, what do we call it when we've been doing it for many lifetimes? Oh boy. Just a little bit of spiritual humor. Welcome back. Hi, I'm Unique Val, and I'm a certified intimacy coach and spiritual guide. And in this video, I want to talk about how to actually break our soul patterns that we feel like we've been doing over and over again for many lifetimes. Obviously, for this video, you likely resonate with the concept of many lifetimes. I personally got into this theory through the book Many Lives, Many Masters. I think I'm remembering it correctly, by Dr. Brian Weiss. I'll have a photo of it so that you can go ahead and check it out if you'd like. And then I also experienced my own past life regression through a very deep healing tantric self-massage. This practice utilized reflexology points within the pelvis to release trauma from the body. If you're curious about tantric trauma healing practices like this one, then feel free to explore private coaching with me. You can apply using the link below. But I don't talk too much about my past life regression. It's very personal to me. To me, past life regressions aren't so much about, how do I say this? It's not so much about claiming, right, authority or ownership of a trauma that you may or may not have experienced in the way that it's been encoded in your soul, right? It's very similar to ancestral healing, right? We may feel like, oh, I'm carrying the trauma of my ancestors, but I haven't lived it, so I don't have the same claims to it. And I think that's what's missing a lot in the past life healing space that I sometimes encounter. Just because you feel you've had a past life experience or a past life in a specific tribe or community, it still doesn't mean that you're part of that community. You don't have the current lived experience of it, even if you have some lingering resonance with it. And as someone who feels that they've encountered specific souls from that experience, I will say that the real life experience of those souls adds additional information that I didn't receive in my first past life regression. And so whenever you have these experiences, it's important to be open with it. Yes, what you're experiencing, the pain, the way that your body is holding that trauma is real. But similar to even the traumas that we live and experience in this lifetime, our body often encodes it differently than even what we experience. So healing and these spiritual experiences, they're malleable. And so we want to be careful in how we talk about them and how we identify ourselves within them. And like many spiritual concepts, you kind of know when you have a sense of things, but it's not fully clear. Like it's kind of foggy, right? And so in healing these patterns, it's not about trying to get ourselves back into those old dynamics or recall it or retrieve those memories from past lives, right? It's actually not about that. You can't think your way to healing, just as you can't think your way to healing, right? Intellectualizing your feelings is different from feeling them. You also can't think your way to enlightenment or a soul expansion. If you feel that your soul is repeating the same traumas again and again, or making the same choices, or, is trying to learn a lesson lifetime after lifetime, and it's just not learning it. And maybe you've gotten to a point where you can even acknowledge the lesson that you're meant to learn, but you can't get to the other side. The answer isn't to dig into the experience, to dig into, okay, what happened? Why is this happening? Sometimes I think we can get stuck in the receiving messages part of our spiritual practice. Like, oh, I just want you to tell me what I need to do. I want guides, higher self, whatever you connect to. I want you to tell me the answer so that I can move forward. Just tell me. And I'm here to tell you that there isn't a message that you're meant to receive. It's not a grand lesson. It's not as specific. It's not even a lesson that you're meant to learn. The expansion that your soul is seeking is actually a shift in how you're occupying your being. So if you're someone who sees the numbers 444, 888, 777, right? You see those repeating numbers and you're like, okay, I know what those mean. I get the message. There's the reassurance, but you still feel like you can't make that shift, right? That's the actual work, right? That's actually what's going to break the pattern. It's not, oh, I just haven't received the message or I haven't thought about it in the right way. You're actually being called into a shift in how you're resonating with your deeper self. I call this shift blending with your deeper self. And if you're new here, deeper self is the term that I like to use to refer to your eternal self. This is the ever-present awareness that breeds us all. You have one, I have one, we all have one. And I promise you that repeating trauma, that cycle that you feel like you've been going through again and again, lifetime after lifetime, it's not a block. It's actually the entry point. It is a gateway into your deeper self. The light is seeping in through the wound because in order to heal the disconnection with yourself, in order to release the fear, you have to, by the nature of healing, reconnect with your deeper self. Many of us do this without realizing it. When you learn how to regulate your nervous system, you do come in more contact with your deeper self. But if you want to do it consciously, right? If you want to go on the journey that your soul is actually trying to lead you on, that this repeating cycle is actually trying to nudge you towards, then you want to work directly with the deeper self. You want to get to a point where your mind feels safe with you again, where this part of you doesn't feel like the scary unknown, but it feels like home. And that's exactly what we are going to be discussing in season 2 of the Deeper Self podcast. So next week, the Deeper Self podcast is back for season 2, blending with the deeper self. You can currently binge all of the episodes to season 1 of the Deeper Self podcast. They're quite short and sweet, so you should be able to do it in, I think, under 2 hours. So it's a great listen for a long walk, very contemplative and illuminating. And we are picking up on where we left off, which is entering into the discussion on what it means to blend with your deeper self. So actually allow this evolution of your soul. And maybe if you're like me, you've made this journey before, but you just need a guide to do it again in this lifetime. My hope is that these teachings will feel familiar to you. Even if this journey is new to your soul, there will be a resonance, a moment of recognition. And just a heads up for these episodes, I do like to shed my mask a little bit. I find that I mask less and less these days, but especially for these episodes, I like to let my deeper self shine through. And so you may feel an energetic shift, but I'm still here. You may experience these episodes differently than the typical videos on this channel. I'm recording them all early. I'll be recording tomorrow, so I don't know yet all of what is coming up next. I don't know what will be released, what will feel ready to be said. And so I'm going to be trusting my own deeper self in what teachings are ready to be shared. And so I hope you'll join me in season 2 of the Deeper Self podcast. Go ahead and binge the first season. Like I said, it's pretty short, succinct videos. They're pretty short and succinct, so nice and sweet, easy to listen to. And so I hope you'll enjoy that first season and come and join me in season 2. I'm quite excited to film. I really don't know. I really don't know what it'll be like tomorrow. I really don't know what's going to come out of my mouth. Exciting. But again, if you're one of those souls who feel you've been here before, you have been traversing through many lifetimes here on planet Earth and perhaps even elsewhere, then I hope that you'll come and join me and learn how to allow the next evolution of your soul. It may not look exactly like my soul's evolution, but I'm here to help you on yours. What's next just may surprise you. And if you've never experienced your deeper self before, I guarantee you probably have, you just didn't realize it. But if you believe you've never experienced your deeper self before, then check out this video. before next week on the invisible self, what it actually means to reclaim your lost soul essence. Ooh, spooky. I will see you next week for season 2 of the Deeper Self podcast. Check out that video. Click on it, click on it, click on it, click on it, click on it. I'm gonna go munch, eat, and finish prepping a little bit for tomorrow's recording. Remember to hit like, tap all the buttons, subscribe, comment, get excited with me. And if you feel like sharing your own past life regressions, go ahead and do so. I'm still going to keep mine close to my chest. I'm definitely more of a private person. I feel like when it comes to some of my spiritual experiences, maybe I will write them in a book one day, maybe not. I see myself, they come out a lot in more so my creative writing, and if those novels and series are ever published, maybe, well, you probably wouldn't know what's real and what isn't. It is fun to think about all the places we've been. All right, so comment below, share your experiences if you'd like, or just reflect on these thoughts and maybe get excited about season 2 with me. I will see you next week. Get excited. If you aren't, go ahead and listen to or watch season 1. And yeah, I'll see you next week. What a long-winded goodbye. I'm having too much fun. I don't want to leave. All right, my dears, that's a wrap. Enjoy.